We live in a world where people are dying, suffering, and in pain. We convince ourselves it won't happen to us. But the truth is, it's more than likely. It's always there, lurking in the shadows. We do not truly know ourselves, nor what we're capable of when we're wounded. Can anyone say where they would draw the line when someone harms their loved ones, their child? No, I don't think so. Family. It's the thread that binds us, the roots that anchor us in the storm. But what happens when those roots are severed? When the bonds that hold us are tested beyond measure? My story begins with a heart-wrenching discovery. I lost my child in the most unthinkable way. They sought to strip my husband of his humanity, to turn him into a weapon devoid of emotion. But they didn't just take him. They took everything. Now it's me, Sofie, and I'm coming for revenge.
Oh boy, welcome everybody to TacosandGeeks.com. Justin here, back with more video game reviews, and today we are going to be reviewing the video game Sofie the Echoes, which is available right now. And as you saw from the opening cutscene, that's pretty much the gist of the story. You follow Sofie, who's a strong mother and a determined college professor, on a relentless journey to find out what happened to her missing husband and her son in a world teetering between haunting reality and mystifying echoes of the past. She confronts twisted landscapes, dangerous enemies, and secrets buried beneath her family history. And that's pretty much the overview of the game. But how does the game play? You're probably wondering. Oh boy. All right, hold on to your butts, folks, because it's time to talk about the gameplay and the graphics. This has to be, when it terms of gameplay and graphics, folks, this has to be one of the most frustrating games I've played this year. And not because the game is hard or difficulty level, it's because the execution needs a lot of love and a lot more polish. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples why that is. For example, let me ask you gamers a question. If you were a developer, would you make your jump button the same button that you need to either confirm something or to pick up an item, or would you just make the jump button strictly by itself so you won't have annoyances such as this? As me, you can see after I'm done shooting this guy, pressing A to pick up the weapon, but instead I jump. Not to mention that for some odd reason, the UI continues to say A for gun instead of this disappearing. Yes, this stayed with me throughout my entire playthrough of this particular level because it just for some reason wouldn't go away. Very annoying. This game is undercooked, as the gamers used to say, and is really not polished. It needs a lot of patches. They really just now really starting to add more patches to it, as you just saw right there, me jumping instead of picking up look at this. I'm just jumping. It needs a lot more polish for a third person shooter or a third person action game. There's a lot to be desired here, and the execution is just not there. Even when it comes to the game, like just ducking and covering, you have to press for some reason really hard for Sofie to kind of cover and then move forward. It's just not a fun game to play. The mechanics, the enemies sometimes can go from ranging from easy to just the difficulty level could just spike up. You could just be running, and then next thing you know, a wave of enemies just come out of nowhere, and boom, 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 a couple of shots, and you're dead. And that's just not just of the frustration part. There could be times here where you picking up ammo and the ammo doesn't register with your gun, meaning that you picked up ammo, but the game doesn't think you have ammo, so you have no bullets, even though you picked up that ammo. That's happened to me a couple of times in this game. It is just frustrating to play. It's just not fun. The mechanics, and not to mention when it comes to graphics, there's some graphical clippings that come in and out from time to time. There's moments in here where I was shooting enemies, the bullets wasn't registering, the enemies were just standing still. So I walked past them, and I walked past them. Guess what happened? All of a sudden they reawaken, and I get shot down. Tons of this stuff happens throughout this game in the entire time. And don't get me started on the puzzles in this game. There are moments in here when it comes to the puzzles in this game where I was just like, so are you registering me solving this puzzle? Like what's happening here? Sometimes I feel like I solved the puzzle, but the game didn't register that the puzzle was solved. So it just doesn't solve the puzzle. There was so much elements in here, and especially the graphical clippings that happen in this game. There's times where you'll see things just being blurred out, or something's not in place properly. Enemies are floating and things of that nature. It's just not really cooked. Even here, when you see the second level here, when it comes to the fog, the lighting, and it just doesn't look very good. And it's just not a very fun game to play. I will say though, folks, some saving grace will have to be it has to be a decent sound and decent voice acting if that's anything to go by. But otherwise, for the price point that they are asking for, which I believe is $50, I can't recommend this. This is definitely a skip it, and that's because there's still a lot of work that this game needs to do. It's undercooked. The fact that it's constantly getting patches. Oh, we fixed this patch. We fixed this patch. They need to fix first of all the control scheme. Get rid of picking something up for the jump button. And another thing I absolutely found frustrating, and I encounter this when it comes to the puzzles, is that you can be doing the puzzle. You see the screen right here? I'm doing the puzzle or attempting to do the puzzle, but sometimes you will have an enemy attack you while you're doing the puzzle. And just wait for it, folks. I'm gonna let you see this clip right here that I was doing. So I'm doing the puzzle, and then this guy here attacks me while the puzzle is still going on. Look at this. This should not be. Why is that happening? And then you have to literally exit and try to escape, but then you have a puzzle to solve, but then it's just way too much, folks. I can't recommend this. I tried to find something of a saving grace to give it like a wait for sale, but at this point in the state of this game, I can't find anything to give it anything but a skip it, unfortunately. This is Justin from tacosthegeeks.com. Thank you for watching. If you like what we do here, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Sofie the Echoes is a disappointing mess, unfortunately. Needs a lot more work. They should really go back to the drawing board, fix it up, patch it up, re-release it, and give the gamers the full version that you really were going for, because right as it stands right now, this is not worth the 50 price tag. Later days, I'll catch you on the next review. Peace, love, and happiness to you all.